Horton and Samson are celebrating McKenna's half-birthday party. She's thrilled, hugging the balloons, but they start lifting her off the ground. She realizes she's actually floating away and starts calling for help. Samson and Horton promise they'll get her down safely. They track her to the other side of the huge sand pit. Horton digs through his backpack and finds a bag of marshmallows, wondering if they could bounce their way across. The plan works, and the two start hopping across the quicksand. When they finally spot McKenna again, she is still too far away. Horton gets another idea. If they can pop some of the balloons, she'll float closer to the ground. Horton remembers Jane's stash of bezel nuts and uses them as tiny balloon poppers. It actually works, the balloons start popping, and McKenna begins drifting downward. But a gust of wind blows her right back up. Samson and Horton bounce along trying to spot her and see that she's about to land into a pit of snakes. Right then, Horton spots Bailey floating by blowing bubbles, and he asks for some bubble gum. Horton makes a bubble gum, a hot air balloon, and pulls McKenna to safety. She calls them her heroes, and they all head back. McKenna's friends kick off her half-birthday celebration with dancing and laughter. Part 2 kicks off with Horton and Samson trying to get some rest in their hammock when a weird, loud noise suddenly wakes them and pretty much everyone else in the jungle. Their friend starts complaining that it's way too loud to sleep. Horton promises to find out what's making the sound so everyone can finally get some peace. He and Samson follow the noise all the way to the river, where Samson hops on a lily pad and bounces. Horton gets an idea. They can use the lily pads to bounce across. They finally reach a tall rock wall, and they make it to the top. The noise gets so loud, and their flashlight breaks. A moment later, Selma and Fred show up and light the way with their bright glow, helping Horton and Samson see the path again. They find Marvin wedged between some rocks. Turns out he's been the source of all the noise the whole time, crying for help because he's stuck. Horton digs through the backpack and finds a friendship bracelet. Samson mentions he always packs extra bracelets in case he meets a new friend on the road. They tie all the bracelets together to make a long chain and start swinging it toward Marvin. It actually works, and they manage to pull Marvin free. Marvin's super grateful, thanking both Horton and Samson for saving him. The jungle's finally quiet again. When they return, Greta thanks them, saying it's so peaceful now that she can finally get some rest.